Wow. Wow. What's going on? What is going on? Yet another day off, ladies and gentlemen, for Chelsea players. Plenty of leaks, dressing room exposed. There's lots going on. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get on with the latest news flying left, right, and center from the Athletic. Simon Johnson, Liam Toomey, they've been doing a madness over the last 12 hours. We kind of touched on this in the previous stream, but I want to go into more detail about this situation that is brewing. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, there's no full team training session today either. Potter is mindful of the injury crisis and overloading players. Look, I tweeted out earlier today saying there's more days off in the month of February than goals. I mean, what's going on since the Southampton loss? We've had what, 2 days off, scheduled day off, and another day off now. I think there's only been 2 days of training, right? Tuesday and Wednesday, matches on Sunday. So I believe probably Friday and Saturday they're going to train, but I don't know, man. For me, it seems like way too many days off the back of that particular loss against Southampton. Bottom of the barrel Southampton, no manager. Yet apparently they were prepared a lot better. Yeah, of course they were prepared a lot better. I don't understand this. I really don't get. In a time where I feel we need to be closer, the players needs to be closer and create a better chemistry, a better bond. Really get to the finer details of why the form is 2 out of 15. Even with all the adversities that we've had, it's just not acceptable. 2 out of 15 for Chelsea Football Club. It's not acceptable in a time where you think maybe it's better to work hard, and not necessarily just on training, but from a psychological standpoint as well. What's bothering some of these players? And I'm going to get to some of these leaks because clearly there's something wrong. Anyone out there right now who still believes, oh, no, Miz, you're reading into too much of these things, players are fine. It cannot be fine. It cannot be a fine dressing room. It cannot be happy moments. The squad is bloated. There's a lot of players that are not getting the opportunity. And compound that with 2 out of 15 being the record, how can it be fine? How can it be fine? How can you expect that people, the players within the team, the morale will be, smack bang high? It just can't be. I just don't understand, ladies and gentlemen. You let me know. I mean, another day off, and Potter is mindful of the injury crisis and overloading players. I mean, which player is getting overloaded right now? Which player? Literally, the squad is so huge now. We gave Reece James and Thiago Silva a break, like before the Southampton game. Surely they're not overloaded. They should be nice and rested. Are we worried that we're gonna, incur another injury on Reece James? If that's the case, there's a bigger thing to worry about. Then we need to think about, well, what's the future of Reece James? How many games can he actually play for Chelsea Football Club? Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Ease them through. Don't overload them. But I don't even know what level of intensity there has been in training at the moment to state that they're getting overloaded. I don't hear any of the players coming out and saying, oh, the training sessions have been intense. It's been brutal. The level of football that we're seeing right now, it feels like, what are they actually training? What are they actually training? Are they doing any sort of training at all? Any sort of drills? The build-up play, what to do in the middle, in midfield, up front, in the final third. What are the patterns of play? It feels strange to me. It feels strange to me that a huge game coming up against Spurs, and we have another day off in between the week where I don't know. I don't know what the mindset of some of these players will be, and the mindset of some of the management team as well. It's not just the players; it's a cohesive unit. And as I said, I'll show you more tweets that's coming along, which will make you pull your hair out of your head. Trust me. All right, let's check this out. One source close to a senior player: from what I hear or gather, I don't get the impression Potter is saying that much to the players. He doesn't strike me as a personable character that says a lot. This is a huge, huge statement right here from Simon Johnson and Liam Toomey. This is huge. We're going to come back to this. Let me just quickly showcase you the second part of this. There's a genuine concern amongst some that many of the English contingent will be sold in the summer to balance the book. So, look, first of all, of course, there'll be quite a lot of English contingent that's going to get out of the club in the summer. They're direct profits to the accounting books. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, players like Conor Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount, huge one. Chalobah as well. Throw him into the mix. Raheem Sterling maybe as well, but Raheem Sterling is not part of the academies. There's obviously transfers involved, but Conor Gallagher, Chalobah, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount. There's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of money to be made. And a lot of people will say, Miz, what about the depth? Well, there's a lot of players in Chelsea Football Club right now. So don't worry about depth. That's going to cover itself. And there's plenty of other players that are coming from the academy into the first team. So, look, I don't expect every single one of those players to be sold, but I expect quite a lot of them to be sold just to balance out the books. Mount, look, I think majority can say, look, even me, I don't mind if he stays as a squad player. Don't know if he's going to accept that. But the other players, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Conor Gallagher, massive doubts. Chalobah for me is just someone. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. With all the CVs that are flying around. We've got Buddy Shield, Levi Colwell is another one. Don't forget. Who's going to potentially come back at Chelsea Football Club. It just leaves Chalobah in the dark a little bit. With Thiago Silva also signing a contract extension, it's just going to be very difficult. There's already been rumors that we've been thinking about getting rid of someone like Chalobah. Now, coming back to this, however, ladies and gentlemen, this is saying a lot. This is literally saying a lot. One source close to the senior player, from what I hear or gather, I don't get the impression Potter is saying that much to the players. He doesn't strike me as a personable character that says a lot. I mean, he comes across that type of a person as well in the press conference. Someone who probably doesn't say too much, allows for his backroom staff members to perhaps get the job done, get his message across. This particular situation, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that some of the players think he's not personable. And I don't want to paint the picture that, it's the players that are looking to get out of the football club. It's the players that don't get the minutes. They're the ones who are doing the leaks. Don't be surprised if it's some of the players that are actually getting game time, got game time under Thomas Tuchel as well. They're the ones who are saying this. Do you know what I mean? Don't be surprised. Don't just make it seem like, it's your Hakim Ziyech, it's your Aubameyang, it's your Christian Pulisic. They're the only ones that are saying anything. I won't even be surprised if they're not the ones who are saying anything, if I'm being absolutely honest. Graham Potter is not personally disliked by any of his players. There are, however, some doubts over whether long-term he is capable of tactically competing with Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, as Tuchel did. Once again, it just continues from the previous tweet that some of the players don't think he's personable, and now more leaks coming out saying maybe some parts of the playing group just doesn't think he's of that level of Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. I tend to believe he's not, and Thomas Tuchel as well. There is no doubt in my mind Graham Potter is simply not of that level. So if you're not of that level, at least Thomas Tuchel, you could see there were moments where you could tell, he belongs. He definitely can compete against Guardiola and Klopp, and he can go toe-to-toe. Graham Potter just doesn't give you that vibe. Just doesn't give you that vibe. Fantastic at Brighton. It's done really well to, solidify a position for Brighton in mid-table from where they used to be, maybe bottom of the table. But when it comes to matching up against the elites, I just don't think Graham Potter is of that caliber. It's simply, as simple as that. For a club like Chelsea Football Club, If you want to get back to the top, you need a manager that's going to be able to compete against the best of the best. And I think some of the players probably see it this way. And this is why recently I've said the respect level. Does some of the current Chelsea players actually have the respect level for Graham Potter? Nothing against him personally, as people are saying. He's not disliked. It's just maybe it's just blend. And this is how sometimes he comes across in the press conference, as I've said. Furthermore, Jorginho's deadline day departure caused some dressing room consternation, a feeling of strong annoyance and anger, usually because of something bad that you cannot change or that is completely unexpected. Thanks for the dictionary meaning for consternation. Look, Chelsea fan base, there's a lot of people that didn't like Jorginho, but you can clearly see, once again, I don't think this is too far-fetched. This is from the Athletic, once again. A lot of the Chelsea players rated Jorginho, a lot. Reece James, even Mason Mount, many players, current Chelsea players, rated Jorginho a lot. They knew what he was bringing to the team. They didn't just focus on the flaws. Of course, there's flaws, but they were so focused on his strengths that they thought, that holds value. Look, me personally, I wanted to change at the end of the season anyway. I wanted him to go out on a free. The fact that we got, 10, 12 million, great. But you can clearly already see his involvement at Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal play a different brand of football. Their structure, their build-up, it's all cohesive. It's all, set out as a, good plan. This is why Jorginho is striving. There's a lot of movement when he plays for Arsenal. There's a lot of players that are moving left, right, and centre and giving him options to first time release the pass. And look, I won't be surprised if Jorginho is a hit at Arsenal Football Club. And I'm not surprised one bit that some of our players are annoyed. Some players didn't even know he left. Like Cucurella, I still remember when Jorginho was announced on the final day, Cucurella had no idea. He was still continuing on saying in video that, he fully expects Jorginho and everyone to, play well. And then he was told that, mate, Jorginho's left. So I'm in no doubt that this departure of Jorginho would have created a bit of a chaos. Absolutely would have created a bit of chaos. Furthermore, the leaks continue, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a mad day. The loss of Antonio Rudiger's strong personality has been felt in some quarters, and it is thought he would not let standards deteriorate as badly as they have. Not everyone in the Chelsea squad are convinced the new signings are all up to Chelsea standard. Like, who is not convinced? Which particular existing player is not convinced that the new signings are Chelsea standard? If anything, I think some of the existing players need to have a good look at them. I tend to think they're not Chelsea standard. The new signings that have come in, they've actually fit in like a glove and they've done well. Buddy Shield, fantastic. Enzo Fernandez, already fantastic. João Felix, already fantastic. Maybe a couple of the other ones, Mudryk, Madueke has been pretty good as well. Mudryk taking a bit of time, and that's understandable. He's only been here for like 2 days, to be honest. So who is the existing player that is saying this? Who? And of course, Antonio Rudiger. Like I've said this many times, our current squad. Who's the Antonio Rudiger in the current squad that's going to stand up and that's going to hold the players to a particular standard? Who? I can't name one player that can do that. Even though Reece James, he does have leadership qualities and he does showcase that, when new recruits come in, he's always the first one there. But when things are going south, is he one that stands up in the dressing room and yells at people? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Maybe it can be something that he can develop down the track as a leader. But at the time being, who's actually doing this? It's, it's all too relaxed. This is with all the days off that we're having. And I'll show you the final tweet. More relaxation coming up. It feels way too relaxed. Kyle McCauley's data analysis conclude David Fofana is superior to Aubameyang in the most important metrics. Like this for me, I mean, as much as I love David Dr. Fofana, look, this is a bit of a contradiction. If he is superior, then why doesn't David Dr. Fofana start? That's number one. If he is that superior, Why doesn't he start? What? Kai Havertz is superior to both of these players? Is this why Kai Havertz keeps starting? It's mad. For me, it's a personal agenda on Aubameyang at the moment. It's not about matrix or anything like that. Um, it's 100% personal agenda on Aubameyang. To say that David Datra Fofana is superior in most important metrics, look, I love David Datra Fofana. I think from the little bits and pieces that we've seen, there is a player in him. Right now, I think we could have done with someone like Aubameyang, and the fact that he's been absolutely abolished, there's definitely some level of agenda going on. I feel like it's some sort of a link between Tuchel and Aubameyang. Since Tuchel has been sacked, they don't want to give Aubameyang a chance. They feel like it's that was his player, and a bit of a symbolism, I suppose, that we don't want that guy around. So. For me, I would have used Aubameyang. With all the quality of players that we have right now, I think Aubameyang could have got something. Look, if you want to get rid of him in the summer. I've got no issues about that. But right now, we need some help, and I think he could have helped. We just not given the chance for him to showcase what he can do with the caliber of players that we've got in January. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Top Bowley is splashing out on a luxury chill-out room. Chill-out room, ladies and gentlemen, after losing to a manager-less Southampton, bottom of the barrel, bottom of the Premier League, losing at home to Stamford Bridge. Days off, ladies and gentlemen. Furthermore, chill-out room. As Chelsea battle on the pitch crisis, the new players' lounge will include soft furnishings and possibly video games. Why not? Why not? Designers are also decorating walls with motivational phrases like, "That's life. Lads gave it all, gave it all. It was a spirited performance. Lads gave it their everything." All sorts of motivational phrases. Why not? Why not? Fantastic to see. Look, some of these news, honestly, I wish it never materialized. I wish some of these news didn't even come, because it just makes us an even more of a laughing stock. Like, we're not a laughing stock already. It makes us even more of a laughing stock. Continued, Graham Potter wants players to feel happier and more relaxed when they come into training. So what? Are they not happy at the moment? Are they unhappy? Are they not relaxed? What's going on? Look, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of madness over the past 12 hours, lots of leaks. But one thing is for certainty. It's not all rosy. It is not all rosy in the Chelsea camp at the moment. It cannot be. When you're 2 out of 15, potentially looking at 2 out of 16, how can it be healthy? How can it be all rosy? Bloated squad, egos flying left, right, and center. And on top of that, not just the players, the managers as well, the management team, the backroom staff. What faith do they have? Some of them have already said in this particular, the tweets, the leaks that have come out. No disrespect on Graham Potter, lovely guy, but they don't think he's good enough to compete with the best of the best, the elites. They don't think he talks enough to the players. So, look, let's see what happens against Spurs. I think, personally, for myself, if we lose against Spurs, what's the point of keeping Graham Potter on anymore? What is the point? I'll leave you with that thought, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you felt about everything we've talked about. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content, and make sure comment below. I need to hear from you guys what you think about all these leaks that's happening. And another day off. Till next time. See ya.